Benjamin Bastin is on your left. It's Tron v. Burn here for round number 4 from Indy.
And historically, a very good matchup for Burn.
Yes.
Takes Tron a while to get going, and also one of their major payoff cards in Karn-Liberated is not lights out in the matchup.
That's the issue with the matchup here for the Tron side, is most of their payout cards are pretty bad. If Wormcoil Engine is involved, fantastic. But people have kind of moved away from that card. Now, Tom does have 3 this weekend. Ulamog, a little bit too expensive to matter against Burn. Karn and Ugin don't do very much against Burn. And a newer addition, I don't want to say the newest edition, but a newer edition of Burn in Eidolon of the Great Revel is awesome against Tron.
Although it has moments of not being the best. And if Tom is able to go turn 1 Expedition map, spends a second turn cracking the Expedition map, and then starts playing his payout cards, then Eidolon doesn't really amount to a whole lot. But there are also some draws where, you're spinning around with Chromatic Stars and Ancient Stirrings trying to assemble something, and then Eidolon is really problematic.
Well, Tom has 2 of 3 Tron pieces right now, as here comes Eidolon for 2. Ross going to fall down to 15. A bloodstained mire here for Benjamin. Looks like he's going to spike you real good. Benjamin will take 2, Tom will take 3.
But my short summary of the matchup, having played a lot of Burn and Zoo over the years against Tron, is they have to have you on turn 3, and even some of the time they have you on turn 3, it's not good enough.
Yep. I think that is an accurate representation of how it goes. Benjamin's going to search up a basic mountain off of the fetch land. I think we might see a second Eidolon here in just a moment. Also has a copy of a Tarkus Command in hand.
And an Inspiring Vantage, a very nice addition for this deck, especially if you're willing to move away a little bit from Wild Nacatl. Saving your life total matters a lot in a format this fast, and especially when you're playing with Eidolon, the Great Revel, and Stomping Ground. Saving a couple points here is a big deal.
13-12 is the Bastin going to search up an Urza's Tower. The Tron will be complete if Tom would like it to be on his 3rd turn of the game.
But this is the kind of draw where Tron has a shot. If Tom just untaps and has Wormcoil Engine, very likely that's good enough.
Yep. Tom will draw. Picked up a copy of Ugin. He'll play a Blooming Marsh and simply pass the turn back. That kind of says all you need to know, which is things are too expensive in his hand right now.
Right.
Attackers. I think we have an Tarkus Command here. We do. So this is 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ross is going to fall down to 3. Benjamin's going to take a bunch. And the problem here for Tom is I think Benjamin has another copy of Tarkus Command in hand, and you can see it actually right now. He does along with Searing Blaze. So Tom can go Tower, Ugin, kill all your stuffs, and then I think he'll die. There is Ugin. Going to take it down. Exile the 2 mana spells. And he'll hope that he was taking another turn, but as Benjamin will show, there's Tarkus Command. We will not be taking an extra turn. And I don't think he's going to redirect it to Ugin, but you can ask if you'd like to bring my Planeswalker down to 2.
Just making sure.
Yeah, I just want to make sure you don't want to bring it down to 2. So, Benjamin Bastin's going to very quickly win game number 1 here over Tom Ross. Burn very quickly up a game over Green-Black Tron. The summary there, Tron got its lands online, didn't have Wormcoil Engine, lost.
Exactly. Still had the draw insofar as he was able to assemble Natural Tron and didn't even have to trigger Eidolon to get there, but didn't have Wormcoil Engine and a turn 4 Ugin, not good enough.
We start with the sideboards here. We go to Tom Ross, number 3 on our Season 1 leaderboard here on the SCG Tour. 3 Nature's Claim, 2 Collective Brutality, 2 Relic of Progenitus, 2 Warping Whale, a Gemstone Caverns, a Grafdigger's Cage, an Oblivion Stone, a Radiant Fountain, a Thragtusk, and a Worldbreaker. You actually got a lot of stuff here.
This is a great sideboard here. Collective Brutality is a huge addition here, as both really all the modes are great here. Duress is a solid tool to have in the matchup. It's a removal spell. It's a way to gain some life. Great card to have here. The 1 copy of Thragtusk, very potent. There are some Skullcrack effects. There's no guarantee it's good enough, but it's at least a large body, easy to cast ahead of schedule. And if the trigger resolves, Tom should be in great shape. And 1 Radiant Fountain seems like a great land to have access to search for or to just naturally draw.
We take a look at Benjamin's sideboard. He's got 3 Destructive Revelry, 3 Path to Exile, 3 Skullcrack, 2 Deflecting Palm, 2 Grafdigger's Cage, a Lightning Helix, and a Stony Silence.
So there's a lot of cards that he could theoretically bring in. I'm skeptical of some of these options, though. I really like Path to Exile in the matchup a lot as a good answer to Wormcoil Engine, and Skullcrack is great too because a lot of Ross's best sideboard cards involve gaining big chunks of life. I have seen some people bring in Stony Silence and Deflecting Palm in this matchup. Stony Silence I like on the play, not on the draw. Deflecting Palm I do not like in the matchup, play or draw.
I'm not a big fan of Deflecting Palm just because it's a little too reactive for my tastes.
Yeah, and a lot of the times that where, you know, if you're sitting there holding it up, you're getting ground down by other stuff. Karn can come down and get rid of your one white source or attack your hand. It's very rare that it lines up the right way. Stony Silence, I think, is typically too slow when you're on the draw, and it's important for Bastin to keep a critical mass of burn spells in his deck, so I would bring it in, but a lot of people do.
Well, these players are sideboarding and shuffling up here. Tom Ross will be on the play for game number 2. Do want to mention that Star City Games is, of course, going to try to help some local stores host their pre-release with our newest addition to the pre-release exclusive creature collection. It's our good friend Amin Kitty.
Say hello to the newest member of the StarCityGames.com pre-release exclusive creature collection, Amin Kitty. Illustrated by fan favorite Andrea Radek, this solemn sphinx has claimed an honored place in the afterlife of Magic's newest desert oasis. Want this limited edition playmat at your pre-release? Have your local store contact StarCityGames.com by March 7th to get signed up today. For more information, visit go.starcitygames.com/pre-release to learn how to make your Amin Kitty pre-release rise among the worthy.
Make sure you have a local game store, give Star City Games a little call, email, contact our organized play department, get you all signed up for that awesome playmat so we can have it at your local store. You can enjoy your pre-release and make it rise among the worthy. Just like Tom the Boss Ross, one of the most worthy here on the SCG Tour. Number 3 right now is the boss on our Season 1 leaderboard here in 2017. The 33-year-old who currently resides in Roanoke, Virginia, has one heck of a resume with 16 open top 8s, 5 open wins, 4 invitational top 8s, 2 invitational wins as well. Strikes me as a rumor here with the feet, GoldenEye.
Can't confirm. You know this.
Now, I haven't seen the feet play. Is he good at GoldenEye? Yeah, he's good. I have not seen the feet in play yet. I know that. He was the 2016 SCG Tour Player of the Year, and along with Michael Majors, puts 8% of all tournament winnings toward buying an NBA Jam arcade cabinet. And Michael Majors.
I saw this.
Do you see this
I
on
saw
Twitter?
this. I got
you
some words.
Okay. Michael Majors, not one to use much social media, but he said last night, 20 hours ago to be precise, predictions for SCGINDY. I'd blow it, probably true. Top 16 if lucky, also probably true. Jerry T top 8s, very likely.
Solid prediction.
Very likely to be true because he's playing Death Shadow. Boss MTG first or dead last with Tom deck.
Good.
Also,
we've seen that outcome a few times.
Also probably true. We EXO NBA Jam, and that's where we disagree.
Yep.
That's where we disagree. Because as usual, Michael is having a little difficulty remembering what has happened in the past.
Yeah.
Which is not a lot of winning for him and Tom in NBA Jam.
I don't even want to talk about it. It'll make me too mad.
Okay.
Sell this tonight.
Okay. I want it to be on the record that what he is claiming is not going to happen during his stay in Indianapolis. It's just not going to happen.
He's going to sweat right through that cashmere sweater he had on.
That's true. Tom's going to sweat through that jacket, and they are going to lose. To who? That's in question.
Yeah.
It could be you and I. It could be anyone.
I don't even want to address it.
Looks like Tom is taking a mulligan here. Benjamin's
a lot of deleted tweets in my folder.
Do you want to save this draft? No.
No, no.
I'm just going to let it go.
Can't risk that my account gets hacked and then people read what I would have said about that.
A Rift Bolt is on suspend thanks to a Copperline Gorge. For Tom, he has Nurse's Mind and a Chromatic Sphere. He'll break the sphere.
Looks like Tom has also brought in Nature's Claim. An answer to
answer
to Eidolon the Great Revel, and also something that he can use on his own expendable artifacts. A line of play that I have lost to quite a few times is Nature's Claim, my Wormcoil Engine in response to Path to Exile.
Oh, yeah.
I've lost to that a few times.
Blow up your own star.
Yep, that's free. That's
draw
basically
a card.
Free. Right, and not draw a card.
Yeah.
Or kill your idol. That can
also fine.
Also fine.
They all work as Tom's going to fall down to 17.
And see, what you're seeing right here, not to say that Bastin has brought it in or it's in his hand, my concern with Stony Silence on the draw.
Sure,
too much has already happened.
Yeah. And he does have Stony Silence in hand. And this is now a situation, as he does play Wooded Foothills, where I want to get Eidolon on the battlefield. I don't want to play Stony Silence right now because what am I even doing then?
Right, you got to get something going here.
See what land Benjamin wants to search up. I'm guessing Sacred Foundry. Yes. Down to 17 he goes. It's important as a burn player to bring in some interaction or some ways to slow down your opponent, but you also need to keep your deck cohesive and make sure that it's still doing what it's supposed to do, which is kill the opponent very fast.
I usually just like a couple copies of Path to Exile. Because all I'm really concerned about is Wormcoil Engine. I feel like most of the time against Tron I can win the Lava Spike game if they go to Ugin or Karn, but you can lose very easily to Wormcoil Engine. I want answers to that card.
There's the Blooming Marsh, pass the turn back. Looks a lot like the last game we watched here from Tom. Goblin Guide, the draw here for Benjamin. See the very powerful Spirit Nightline of the Great Revel. Great addition to this burn deck. Here is Goblin Guide. Benjamin will take 2. He's going to fall down to 15. It's time to attack. Trigger, top card, Fatal Push. Not the best time for that. Four damage to be dealt. Fatal Push is the draw here for Tom Ross. Ugin again. This time, a lot better.
Yep.
At a much higher life total. Lightning Bolt gonna go towards Tom or Ugin?
Tom, you are not going to kill this Ugin and have enough left over to win the game. Don't think for a second. He's got a Tarka's Command, Lava Spike, Boros Charm. He's actually got 10 here over the next 2 turns.
Okay. It's a slow 10, but it is 10. Tom needs to find an artifact.
Yeah, he needs to be able to cycle that. That Nature's Claim onto anything, doesn't really matter what.
I mean, gain 4 life is probably game over here. Ugin is going to go up in a moment, I assume.
Tom's hand is really rough right now. I don't think he has any way to gain life or interact with spells. So if Bastion peels off a land next turn, I think he's got it.
Mm-hmm. Plus that up to 7. Just pass a Boros Charm. Kapow. Tom's down to 6. The land's game over, folks. Benjamin will draw. Inspiring Mantles will do just fine.
Yep.
It'll land on the battlefield untapped. Here is a Lava Spike.
I would give him the business on the upkeep.
I like the upkeep, yeah. I like the upkeep a lot.
Better technical play, and also let him think he might be good.
Let him untap, think he's alive.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, he's going to do it right. Oh, he's going to play Eidolon? Oh, no.
Now Tom,
if he draws an artifact, which he did not.
Yeah, I mean, Tom. The problem that I have with playing the Eidolon here is it forces no action because Tom can simply bolt the Eidolon.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Benjamin is very lucky Tom did not draw an artifact there. Now he's drawing a Lava Spike, so it makes it easy just to say, I'm going to cast this to try to kill you.
He has a Tarkus Command as cover, too, to Skullcrack.
Yeah, but that's going to do it for this match here. As Benjamin Bastin is going to win this game and match here over Tom Ross, 2-0. The burn player will take care of Green-Black Tron, but by playing the Eidolon there, he almost got himself in a lot of trouble.
Oh, yeah, he could. Because if Tom gives himself a little breathing space, probably the point of no return there.
Yeah, we get to Ugin Ultimate.
He doesn't need a whole lot. And even drawing an Expedition map gives him a route to Radiant Fountain, and that could be enough.